The Wind by Subramania Bharti. So first we will learn something about the poet. Subramania Bharti, also known as Bhartiyar, was a Tamil writer, poet, journalist, Indian independence activist, a social reformer, and a polyglot. Polyglot means a person who knows or uses many type of languages. So popularly known as Mahakavi Bharti, he was a pioneer of modern Tamil poetry. Born in Itayapuram of Tirunelveli district in 1882, Bharti had his early education in Tirunelveli and Varanasi and worked as a journalist with many newspapers. He actively participated in Indian freedom struggle. He lived until 1980. Bharti's influence on Tamil literature is phenomenal. He covered political, social, and spiritual themes. The songs and poems composed by Bharti are very often used in Tamil cinema. So here are a few initial lines of the poem. Wind, come softly, don't break the shutters of the windows, don't scatter the papers, don't throw down the book on the shelf. Dear, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of books. So here the poet is pleading with the wind, requesting him or asking him not to blow harshly, not to blow heavily, rather blow softly, gently. And also asking, don't break the shutters of the windows. Shutters of the windows. This is shutter of the window, you can see. Okay. So don't break the shutter of the windows. Because when the wind blow very violently, it breaks many things. And that's why the poet is pleading with it not to break the shutter of the windows. And again says, don't scatter the newspapers. So the lighter things in windows, in wind scatters here and there. So papers are the lighter thing. So if the wind is blowing there, so definitely these paper will be scattering here and there. And that's why the poet asking. So don't throw down the books on the shelves. And when there is a very happy wind, it may throw down the books from the shelves. This is the picture of shelf. And dear, look what you did. You threw them all down. Here the poet is complaining, saying that asking the wind that what it had done. So threw them all down. All the books have been thrown down from the shelf, and it tore the pages of the books, and even the pages of the books have been torn. Torn means tear. Torn means to make them pieces. So this is all the poet is complaining. Firstly, he is requesting, he is pleading with the wind, asking the wind to blow softly, gently, then asking him not to break the shutter of the windows, don't scatter the paper, don't throw down the books on the shelf, and then asking, complaining that he had done many things wrong, throwing the books down the shelf and tearing the books. So The poet is pleading with the wind and asking it to blow gently. He requests it not to break the shutters of the windows, not to scatter the papers. When the wind blows violently, it throws down the books on the shelves. The poet expresses his plight, saying the wind creates a great havoc and destruction. It breaks and throws down things and tears the pages of book. Now we will summarize these lines. The wind is very powerful and arrogant element. It causes lots of destructions with its violent actions. It doesn't listen the pleading of anyone but goes its own ways. Here the wind symbolizes the adversities that we face in our day-to-day life. These adversities may bring some great shades to our life. So the wind here is a metaphor used for adversities, difficulties, or challenges that come in our day to day life. And later, the poet advises us that how could we face these challenges, how could we overcome this difficulty in our life. So, here is a very good message given by the poet, the message of the life. So, proceeding further, these lines. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings, frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling heart. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. So that means mostly you might have seen the rain comes after a wind. So wind is a forerunner of the rain. So that's why we say that okay, the wind has brought the rain, and again means every time whenever the rain is there, it is preceded by the wind. So you are very clever at poking fun at weakling. So here the poet uses very accusatory tone and complaining that you are poking fun. Poking fun means taunting someone or making fun of someone or mocking at someone. So here, because the wind has been described here very strong element, weakling means for those who are very weak, fragile. So in our day-to-day life also you might have seen sometime as healthy and strong person generally make fun of the thin people. So this is what the wind is described here. Here the word crumbling is repeated so many times to lay stress that everything crumbles in the face of strong wind. So the writer is saying that when wind is very powerful, it is very strong, it leads to breakage of everything, houses which are weak fall, doors which are weak fall, the beams on which the roof of the building are supported, they also fall. So frail crumbling houses, frail meaning weak, houses which are weak in the face of wind, they crumble. Crumble means fall down, break apart. Crumbling doors, even though the weak doors will also break apart from the houses and fly away with the wind. Crumbling rafter, rafter. These are the beams that support the roof of the house. So crumbling rafters means rafters can also be break apart. Crumbling woods, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling heart. Even the people or animals or living things which are weaker can also be devastated by the wind. And the hearts is symbolizing here the weak people, the people those do not have strength, power or willpower. So let's read out about these lines. The wind is the forerunner of the rain. Many times it brings rain. The poet uses an accusatory tone, says that the rain cleverly pokes fun at those who are fragile. It crumbles houses, doors, raptors, wood, bodies, lives, and hurt. Here, the word crumbling is repeated so many times to lay stress that everything crumbles in the face of a strong wind. Somebody will say anything that is stronger will never hesitate to tease and crush the weaker ones. Everything that is weak reacts by falling down and breaking in the face of adversities. So the poet says that whenever a weak person faces any adversity or challenges in life, he breaks down and falls. So here, what message the poet want to convey that weak people are the sufferer in the life. So what to do if we want to save ourselves from being a sufferer? Okay, here we are going to read some more line. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the door firmly. Practice to form the body, make the heart steadfast. Here the poet is addressing the wind as a wind god, and he is saying that the powerful god of wind winnows. Winnows, this is the picture of winnowing. Winnowing means separating the grain from the chaff. So one thing is heavier and so lighter. The lighter one are the things those are lighter is blown away by the wind, and it's a segregation separating two things by the wind. So the god wind winnows and crushes them all. Here the poet is giving the character of the wind that it segregates, it separates the stronger one from the weaker one. It will remove and crush the weak and unfit till only the strong remain who can endure hardship and face challenges. Now the poet addresses the reader and cautions them that the strengthen that foundation as he says that the wind is not going listen to anything what you request him. So what is the solution then? So here the poet gives the solution. So come, let's build stronger homes. He says that if we want to stand strong in the face of the wind, we have to make our homes strong. We have to firmly join our doors to our houses, and we should practice to form the body. Means we have to make our body strong and sturdy, and even not only body but also heart. Steadfast means strong. Make the heart steadfast. Now let's read out what these lines is. Those things which are weaker and lighter will be crushed and thrown away by the wind. It will not follow anything you say to it. Therefore, there is only one way to keep ourselves safe. We should make strong houses. The doors and the windows should be firmly attached to it. In other words, we should not only make our body sturdy and strong, but our heart also. Then we will be able to face the challenges and adversities that come in our life. So let's summarize these lines. Peace comes with strength. If we want to live happily and peacefully, we should make ourselves strong. If our body and heart are stronger, we will be able to face any hardship and challenges in our life. So that means we have to make ourselves stronger in order to face the difficulty that come in our life. Now let's read out these lines. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is God. We praise him every day. The poet says, do this. Do this means whatever have been mentioned in the previous lines, that we have to strengthen ourselves. So if we have strengthened ourselves, then the wind will be our friend. So this happen in our day-to-day life. If someone is stronger, so many people will be his or her friend. If someone is weaker, so there won't be hardly any friend of that person. So be strong and wind will be your friend. The example is given here, how the wind help the stronger one and how it destroy the weaker one. So the wind blows out weak fire. If the fire is very weak, a very small fire is there. So if the wind is blowing, the fire will be extinguished. The fire will be put out. But if the fire is stronger and wind is blowing, the fire will flourish, means it will become stronger and stronger, it will become bigger and bigger fire. Okay, so this happen, this is a practical thing that the poet has mentioned here. If the fire is weaker, it is put out by the wind, but if the fire is stronger, it is strengthened by the wind, and the fire becomes larger and larger. Okay, so his friendship is good, we praise him every day. So if we are stronger, the wind is going to be our friend, and it will be very beneficial to us, and thereby we will praise him every day. So let's see what these lines is. Here the poet advises us to do the things as mentioned before, and the wind will be a great friend of ours. It is a tested fact that if the fire is weak, it will be extinguished by the wind. On the other hand, if the fire is strong, it will become stronger with the blowing of wind, and the friendship of the wind will be very beneficial for us, and then we must praise him every day. So let's summarize this line. There is only one way to survive, that to accept the challenges, face them with courage. If we are physically and mentally stronger, others will also become our friends, and we can smoothly overcome the difficulties that come before us. So this is the message of the life that the poet wants to convey in this poem, that the poorer are always sufferer, they are being frightened and harassed by the stronger one. But if we are stronger one, the other people will be our friend, and our life will be sailing very smoothly. We will be able to face difficulties in our life, the hardship, the challenges that comes in our life can be overcome easily. So that is all. Thank you.